We have a fun-filled show for you today. I will be preparing a Chinese fried rice, and I will be baking a vanilla loaf.
And meanwhile, I'm just going to be drinking later on, so let's get started.
Well, this is the first for me. I'm not going to the bakery. I'm not going to the sweet aisle at the supermarket. I am going to be making my own vanilla loaf. I am not one to bake, but I thought, you know what? I need to learn how to bake and be more self-sufficient. So today we're baking a Betty Crocker vanilla loaf. So it's pretty straightforward. We need 60 mils of oil, 125 milliliters of milk, 2 eggs, and this cake mix. So why don't we get started now? I bought a Kenwood cake mixer specifically to learn more about baking and to get more hands-on. So this is the first time that I'm using it, so this will be fun for everyone, I think. So first I am going to be adding this cake mix in. To the cake mixture, I'm adding 2 eggs already cracked in this bowl. I'm gonna add the oil next. Let's give every last drop. Same thing for the egg. Now let's add the milk. I need to move it. It doesn't fit. I can't connect it. Stay tuned. Okay, this is powered on now. It says to mix for 3 minutes at medium speed. So the mixture has been mixing for a good 3 minutes now. So now I have this tin tray that I'm gonna pour this mixture in, and there is grease-proof paper so that I don't have to butter or oil the pan, the tray. There's a lot in here, isn't there? We have to be greedy, people. Let's scoop all of it out. Oh my god. I think this is fine, right? I think that Marcus might want to lick some of it off later. Anyhow, so this goes in the sink, and let me read how long I need to put it into the oven for. I am preheating the oven at 180 degrees for 2 minutes. After that point, we will put the baking tray in, for 35 to 40 minutes at 180 degrees. Then the vanilla loaf will be fantastic and nice and moist, but then we need to let it rest for 10 minutes. Okay, it has been preheated now. Let's put it in for 40 minutes. So in you go. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my dear. I wish you had smell-o-vision. Oh dear. This smells absolutely divine. So now we need to let it cool on this cooling tray for at least 10 minutes before we can have some. Maybe it's a good time to have some coffee or tea. This really, wow. This is done. This was in the oven for 40 minutes. This is how a vanilla loaf should look like. Let's cut on the end. Perfect time to have it with a cup of coffee. Now, don't forget to subscribe. Everyone loves a fried rice. I do. I know that you do too. Why order from a takeaway when you could do it yourself and you have all the necessary ingredients? All you need is rice that has been refrigerated the day or 2 days before. You can't use rice prepared on the day because A, it's too sticky, it's too hot. So anything you add to it will just make it a bit of a mess. And no, we don't really want to have any messy rice dish, do we? Next, you need eggs. I have 3 in this case. Spring onions, about 3 large ones chopped. Petit pois or garden peas is fine. To be fancy, jumbo king prawns, because I do love my jumbo king prawns. Another thing that's kind of indulgent is either ham or bacon. I'm going for the bacon lardons. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to heat up the pan, cook the bacon lardons, and then start on the rice in the wok. Okay? So let's get started, shall we? So first I'm going to cook these bacon lardons in the frying pan. I am getting it really hot first before putting the bacon lardons on. I'm not going to add any oil because the bacon lardons have a lot of fat in it and we want to render the fat. So that's why we don't need any more fat. In you go. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. The bacon lardons have shrunken and this looks This looks rather done actually. So I think I'm gonna transfer this to the back and then put the wok in the front, and then we shall get started on the fried rice. So we need the eggs whisked in order to serve as the coating for the rice. The fire's on. I am just waiting for the wok to get heated up and to have like a dry heat coming off it. We should be able to see the steam coming off. Oh, I think I saw bits of it. So now is the point that we will put our peanut oil in it. Okay, this might get a bit fast. Okay, a generous swirl. Do you see the steam coming up? This is what we want. And this is like when the wok is like talking to us, saying, all right, I am ready to be cooked upon. First thing that goes in is the eggs, and now I'm getting everything ready for when. Okay, so this. So this is how I make the fried rice. A lot of people have different ways to make fried rice, but I put in the egg first and then I use it to coat all the rice. Not sure whether I should have used another egg or not, but I think it might be fine. So now we get rid of any lumps, any clumps. Use your handy utensil to get rid of those clumps. Because the rice, oh look, it's like all coated with the eggs now, so it's nice and shiny. This is the point where you should be adding your ingredients and your any sauces and seasoning. So fish sauce. Yes, it has to be done. This is rather Moorish and it gives that umami flavor to it. So, and it gives it like a saltiness to it. So I use this in conjunction with dark soy. So I don't really use that much light soy. And now I use my cooking wine, my Shaoxing rice wine. And the dark soy sauce acts as a colorant. So this isn't really that salty, but it just gives the rice some color, which is what fried rice normally has. And now I'm gonna add some light soy for a little bit of saltiness. These are the ingredients that I like to add. You could add whatever you have in your cupboard and refrigerator, such as mushrooms, peppers, tomatoes if you want, chicken. The world's your oyster. It's just, this is what I think of when I think of classic fried rice. Okay, so this is the point where I'm gonna add my prawns. These have been cooked already, so we don't really need to cook it for too long. So we're just putting it underneath the rice so that it can heat up. And this is also the time where we're going to add the peas to it. Because the rice Looks like it's almost done. So let's add those ingredients, shall we? Alright, cheese, here you go. Prawns, here you go. So now you need to play hide and seek. Bye! I don't want to forget adding this, but I do always forget adding it sometimes. So let's put a little bit of oyster sauce. I love oyster sauce. I probably shouldn't. But no, I just grew up having it, so it's something that I definitely go to when I make some Chinese food, especially fried rice. Wok, meat, lid. Okay. There's some action going on. Ooh, look at this. This bit is like caramelized. Ooh, this is where the flavor is. Ooh, yummy. Now let's maybe lower the heat a bit. Okay, so these bad boys have been sitting on the sideline for a little bit. So let's add this in. So this may be a little bit salty because of the lardons. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see the end result. But now let's mix it all through. I like to add some sesame oil. A little goes a long way, so I probably put a little too much. But that's fine. Oh wow, it certainly does add some character to it. Final piece of the puzzle, spring onions for garnish and for presentation. This looks absolutely done now. So the only thing I have to do is to plate up. What do you say? So, there you have it. My lovely fried rice, and it really didn't take too long. It's just the prep time in the beginning. Once you do all the prep work, then bam, it's really quick and easy. This is our first beer tasting extravaganza.
I thought we did a beer one before. Anyway, I brought my own disco light.
Did we do beer before?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It must have been so memorable. What have we got today then, Paul?
We have Loch Lomond Brewery Odin's Beard, which is a Kievic IPA. I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's from Scotland, we know that much.
And then we have one from the Stuart Brewing. It's a new Relic Mosaic IPA, 5.6%. Oh, this is quite
It's Scottish too, it's from Edinburgh, that one.
This one's quite strong. This one is 5%, so this is quite strong too. And then we have one that we got from Padstow Brewing Company called Pocket Rocket. And this is a session IPA, and it's 4%.
Ooh, I bet Rick Stein might recommend that one. So, we're going to taste all three.
Okay, so before we start, I got these because I thought that they were whimsical, and I've never seen these brands before and they were on sale. So why not buy them when they're on sale, right?
And they're all IPA, is that correct?
Yeah.
Which is India Pale Ale, is that right?
Indian Pale Ale.
Indian Pale Ale. And what does it actually mean?
I think it's just the name given to the way that they
brew it,
make it.
Okay. Well, let's get started.
Do you want to open that one, or should we not?
Oh, we'll try. I think we'll try one each at a time. You don't have to fill a whole glass.
A good amount.
These are all quite large cans as well. Are they 600ml these?
440? 400?
Gosh, it looks bigger than that. It's the size of can that you get. Remember the old super cans for Coke? For Coke back in the 80s. Coca-Cola brought out super cans just because a 330ml one wasn't enough.
So this is what, 440? Okay, so this is done.
Okay, so this is the Loch Lomond Brewery Odin's Beard Keviek IPA, 5% alcohol.
So this is like a citrus one. There's a juicy citrus fruit aroma.
Sure is.
Grapefruit flavored, your favorite.
Well, I'm not a big fan of grapefruit, but
cheers.
Cheers anyway. Let's try it.
Bottoms up.
It's very fruity, I have to say. It's almost medicinal.
Very citrusy. It feels like we are drinking grapefruit. It's like it actually tastes like grapefruit.
It could be a continental breakfast. No?
That's something I could get behind. No, not bad. I think it's good for the summer, especially right now.
Well, summer? Well, I suppose September is still partly summer. Yes, mid-September. Very fizzy though.
It is.
Are IPAs all as fizzy as this? Well, I suppose we're going to find out. Okay, very citrusy, fruity. Shall we move along to the next one?
So I take it that you don't like this one.
Why do you think I'm moving on? So this next one is Stuart Brewing New Relic Mosaic IPA. We're going up in volume to 5.6%. It says it's a full flavoured IPA, showcasing the trademark stone fruit and blueberry flavours of Mosaic hops. Shall I open this one? Oh, my favourite sound! There we go. Pouring it into our favourite glasses from Lille. Oh, I think... Did I... Not
Did you give too much?
Well, I think it's just about right. There you go. There's a top up there.
See, this color right here seems a bit more blondie, doesn't it? Whereas this one looks a bit more cloudy.
Yeah, I suppose. I would say that was more like almost like a light blonde, and this is golden.
No, this is definitely golden.
I can smell the malt off it. Yeah. I'm not. Is that? It says stone fruit. I'm not really sure what stone fruit is. But I'm guessing that's what I'm tasting here because it's quite unusual. I've not tasted anything quite like this in a beer before.
Maybe it's the hops.
It's quite a strong taste, I have to say.
I think right now this second one is a lot easier to drink than the first one because the first one had a bit more acidic tone to it.
Perhaps, yes.
Whereas this one is a bit more mellow, even though it's higher in alcohol.
And I've got to be careful with the acid because of the old acid reflux issue. So I've taken a pill beforehand as a precaution.
Oh no.
Okay, well, I'm not overly fussed on that.
You're not?
I'm not. I don't know why. I think it's possibly because I can't really pinpoint the actual taste. Maybe have better luck going to Cornwall. This is the Padstow Brewing Company's Pocket Rocket Session IPA. And it's not as strong as the others. It's at 4%.
We should have started with this one then. Oh my gosh! So
someone wanted to work from north to south, so
my bad.
look, we've even got matching glasses for this one from the Padstow Brewing Company.
That was that was the last place that we went to in Padstow before they closed for the night.
Yes, well, they were closing very early that day. I don't know. There seemed to be a football match on. So there we go. I'll just fill those up. There's quite a big head on these. Maybe I'm not tilting. Well, I'm tilting, but the glass isn't tilting. Oh, I should have been like this with the glass, except I've tilted.
How is that working for it?
I don't know, but before long I've tilted so much I've gone right out of shot.
Okay, so what are the first impressions, huh?
Smells similar to the last one. What are the ingredients?
That's what I was trying to look for. Did it even say it?
Yeah, it does. It says it's got...
barley.
It just says contains barley and wheat. Well,
What the heck does that mean?
You would have expected that anyway. Wow, it's a bit of a mystery. It's a session IPA.
But this looks just kind of like as late as this first one.
Just to explain session, that does mean that basically it's just drinkable, right? I think so, because you go out for a session, no? Anyway, cheers. Matching
Session
glasses.
IPA. Cheers, my dear.
Quite foamy, and I like the taste.
I like this one.
I do like this one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
No? Very different tastes.
I know
What
that.
don't you like about it? What don't you like about it?
It tastes similar to the first one.
Yeah, it's more sort of like in the citrus fruity rather than the malty category, I would say. But it's not as harsh as the first one, I would have thought.
But I kind of still like the second one.
I'm not saying I don't like any of them. I'm not saying I dislike them. I wouldn't, if I went in somewhere and bought one in a pub or something, I wouldn't not drink it.
Well,
But I just wouldn't order another, perhaps.
But these are beers that we don't. These are beers that we don't normally buy, and we're not really exposed to. So I think it's getting accustomed to having them. That there are these different varieties for all different types of tastes.
Yes, that's true.
So there you have it. I still like the second one, to be honest.
So the winner for you, I think is it the first one?
No, it's the second one.
Oh, the second
My
one.
God.
Well, the Padstow has won me over, I have to say.
I think Edinburgh has won me over, and this is the strongest one, coming in at 5.6%.
That'll be why then. Cheers, everyone.
I don't really know what you're referring to, but okay, cheers.
Good night. Well, we're still drinking. And that's it for today's show.
It certainly is, and I think that it was really interesting making that vanilla loaf earlier on.
It was tasty too, and we did have coffee with it, I have to say.
So that definitely was a first for me, and I'm sure that you all appreciated my inner tips and tricks about making the perfect fried rice.
And the good thing about that too is that there's so much left over that it'll last for a few days, and especially back in, we're in September, everyone's back at school, everyone's back at work after the summer. You don't want to have to be cooking every night,
so basically I'm just gonna say that you could throw whatever you want into the rice, different meats, different leftovers, vegetarian, all meat. No one is gonna judge you, just you do you, okay? And then whatever makes you happy makes me happy, okay? So I'll drink to that, and
As long as he's happy, we'll see you Tuesday.
thanks a lot. Bye.
Good night.
I think I need to get more of this.